happy 31st of October. Happy Halloween if you celebrate it. How are we all today? I hope that you're all doing well and that you're having a really, really lovely day, that you're having, if you're doing anything for Halloween, I hope that you're having great fun doing it. I am working today. It's almost the afternoon, so I'm checking in quite late today, but work has just been ridiculously busy, so I thought I would dedicate as much time as I could this morning just to get as much out of the way as possible. And then I am just having a cup of tea, putting some laundry on because the sun has come out. I'm really struggling to dry laundry at the minute. It's quite surprising how having kind of a warmer house helps with drying the laundry. I don't put it on the radiators, but the clothes horse is near a radiator. Whenever we go to bed, it's near a radiator. So yeah, I am struggling to keep up with the laundry at the minute, but never mind. So while the sun is out, I'm gonna get this load done and chuck it outside. I know it's not going to dry massively, but it's going to help. Every little helps, right? So yeah, I've still not heard off the boiler man, and yeah, we still don't have heating. It's not too much of a problem at the minute because it's not massively cold. The house is quite good in the sense that it does stay warmer for longer, but obviously at night time there is a slight chill to the air. But we're using the little heater in this living room, and then obviously going to bed, it's not too bad. It's all right. But I will probably get in touch with the boiler man tomorrow if I've not heard anything, because yeah, it's not ideal, is it really? New boiler, and it's just been problems from day one. I am a bit annoyed that it's been happening for the entirety of Vlogtober, but we can't help these things, and this is real life, so that's kind of the essence of a vlog, isn't it? Welcome to my little world for the month of October. It's just a shame that it's been boiler heavy. Anyway, moving on to happier things. I have not done a massive amount on my Mystery Knit Along because I was quite tired last night, so I didn't really work on it that much. I have done a little bit more on my Festive Stocking, so I'm finally on, well, I say finally, I am on to the first colourwork block, so that's fantastic. I did a little bit of work on that this morning with breakfast. I also have rejigged my categories, my genres, I should say, for my book snake. So if I bring this up, I know this is backwards, but instead of what I had before, I had fantasy and then romance as separate categories. And then I did not have a thriller or crime category. But, oh, sorry, I keep moving it the wrong way. But obviously, because I do read, because I had a little nose at my books today, and yesterday, sorry, and I thought, I do have some crime books. And I'm sure I do enjoy, well, I have read a lot of thriller books before as well. So I'd kind of like those categories separated out. Obviously, I've got fiction on there. So fiction, that'll just cover any books that don't really fit into these categories above. So fantasy, romance, thriller, crime, sci-fi and adventure. So anything that doesn't really fit into there can go into the general fiction bit. But I was looking at, as I say, looking at my books yesterday, and I was like, I do have a few crime and thriller books, so I'd better put that on there. I've also decided on the name that I would like to give my book snake when I start making him. And I chose Herman. I really like the name Herman, so I really wanted to choose that name. And then I thought, I think I have a copy of Moby Dick somewhere. So I have dug it out. It is here, Moby Dick by Herman Melville. Very excited to read this. Yeah, it's going to take me a bit of time because the language that it's, you know, it's old style language, so it's quite difficult to get through. Although I don't think it's that bad from memory. No, it's not too bad actually. Yeah, I'll be fine with that. It's not quite Jane Austen or I'm having issues with my brain at the minute. I always have issues with my brain. But anyway, I thought it'd be fun to call him Herman and then read Moby Dick as one of the books, if not the first book, to add to my book snake. So I'm going to start queuing up some books, which is quite exciting. Moby Dick, very, very exciting. And that will go in my adventure colour. Oh, it's so exciting. Anyway, so what else is happening today? Yes, I'm working most of the day. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to show you, but I did pull out a project that I'm going to show you at the end. So this is a sweater. This is the sweater that you see in my intro, and I did have a comment that about this sweater, so I will show it at the end of the video and I will tell you about it. It was one that I made earlier this year, so those of you who have been with me for a while will probably remember this. Also, I'll just grab this. This is the one, isn't it? Yes, it is. So this is I'm trying to do a knitting journal, essentially. So what I'm doing is, let me open a page. I start off with the month. I have a couple of items in the month, so paused whips that I want to work on, my cue to cast on, my gift plans and other crafts, and then I have weekly goals listed here. As you can see, I'm not using it very much. I am trying, but I'm just not using it very much. But the most useful part I find is the calendar. So I have written the calendar down, and then I obviously have all the days split out, and I'm finding that extremely useful. If I show you this one, you can see a little bit there. Can you? Yeah, you can see that. So I note down all the videos that I want to get done, when they're going to release, and then in the notes section I have videos that have been requested and videos that I'd like to film. So I have those all listed and I carry those forward until I've actually recorded them. But what I want to do, wow, August was the last time I updated this. That's really bad. So I'm going to go in today and I'm going to set up for November, because one thing I want to do at the end of this video is to let you know what my schedule is for November in terms of videos, because obviously we're not going to have any daily vlogs from today, sadly, sorry. It's going to feel really weird not checking in with you every day. It's going to be really bizarre. But there's only a month between the next time I do it, so I'm going to be doing Vlogmas, and again I'm going to try and keep up with the daily vlogs. I will be opening the advent calendars that I've got and I will discuss those. I'm not sure if I'm going to do an extra video just to discuss those and then discuss the projects that I'm interested in doing with them. I think that might be a good idea, actually do a separate video for those. What else was I going to say? I'll be going back to my weekly podcasts, but I need to have a think about when the first one's going to be, and then I also need to do a month-end wrap-up, which is going to be a double header, because I didn't do a month-end wrap-up for September, so it will include September and October. I'm already giving you what I'm going to do. I just don't know when I'm going to do it. I also have a behind the scenes to plan as well. So there are a couple of videos that are going to be coming in November. I will have at least one video a week. Whether you'll be getting a podcast this week, I still haven't decided yet. I might give myself a little bit of a break and resume the podcast next week. But yeah, just giving you a little heads up before I actually write this list. Once I've written this list, I can give you a little bit more of a solid schedule. But yeah, it's going to be so weird not doing daily vlogs. Oh, yeah, it's going to be really weird. But yes, so I need to, my cup of tea is brewing away, so I need to get back to that because, yes, it's rather stewed, I would say. So I will get back to that, and then I will get back to work. In fact, it is pretty much lunchtime, so I might just tag this on the start of my lunch. Anyway, I'm going to get back to it, so I will check back with you all in a little bit. Good afternoon, everyone. I am back for my final check-in of today, and sadly my final check-in for Vlogtober of 2024. I do feel quite sad about that. It's going to be very strange not filming on a daily basis, but yeah, unfortunately I do work pretty much full-time. Wednesdays it's dependent as to whether or not I have the work, but if I have the work then I do work full-time hours in a week. So yeah, it's not doable for the whole year basically. But yeah, so it's gonna be really sad. It's gonna be weird. Anyway, I thought before I get stuck into everything that I have to show you, I thought it'd be really nice because there are a lot of new faces around here, and again, massive welcome to you all. It is lovely to have you with us. I thought I would go through what my recording schedule is like, so you've got an idea of, there's a fly flying around. I do apologise if that's it's distracting me, so hopefully it's not coming in front of the camera and distracting you. But I thought it'd be a really nice idea just to quickly go through my usual recording schedule. just to give you an idea of what I do and an idea of when to expect videos, I suppose. Let me grab this book actually, because this will be useful. Right, so the next video that you're going to get from me will be on Sunday the 3rd of November, and that will be at 10 AM UK time. That will be it's kind of a double header, so it'll be my September and October month-end wrap-up videos. So in my month-end wrap-up videos, I go through all of the projects that I managed to finish for that month. In this case, it will be for September and October. And then I will go through the works in progress numbers. I just cover the numbers. If I have done any work on my scrappy projects or my long-term projects, I will also show you that. And then also at the end of the video, I will close out with plans. So any plans I have for the immediate future, and also any plans, well, yeah, for the immediate future, basically. So I will tag I think it's that side. I'll tag the playlist up here because I have a playlist for all of my, my videos. I like to keep things sorted. So the playlist will be up here for my month-end wrap-up if you're curious to have a look at some of those. The next video after that, I'm afraid, isn't until Friday the 8th of November. So it's quite a way away from, compared to obviously Vlogtober, but that will be my weekly podcast. So every week I usually do a podcast, which I will cover. I'll let you know any updates that I have, if there are any. I will go through finished objects. I will go through progress on my works in progress. I'll also go through any cast-ons, that's the one, any cast-ons, if I cast anything on, and then I will close out the video with acquisitions. So if you're curious about that, again, I will tag the playlist up here, just so you've got an idea of where those podcasts are. They are once a week. They are usually released on a Friday at 4 PM UK time. So that's a weekly one. Next, I haven't got a date for this one because I'm not 100% sure, but I think it might be Saturday. I might film it on the Saturday the 9th of November, and then video will be available on Sunday the 10th of November, but I'll let you know in that podcast if that's going to be happening. So stay tuned for Friday the 8th of November's episode in the updates section, and I will let you know when the next video is going to be out. And that video will be, I'm just checking, yeah, that video will be behind the seams. I can't remember which episode we're on, but I will tag the playlist again up here for behind the seams. And these episodes are once a month, and essentially what I am doing is once a month I'll set aside a day that I will just have a complete crafty day. I will start the video by writing out a to-do list of what I want to do through the day, and then I will see how much I can get ticked off the list. And it's kind of a vlog style like I've been doing, probably a little bit better because you'll see a lot more crafty stuff than you have seen in Vlogtober. Again, my apologies for that. But yes, I will go through what I'm doing throughout the day, and then at the end of the video I will let you know how well I've done with my plans for the day. Not usually very good because I tend to overreach with my plans. So that video is a monthly video. I also have quarterly videos. So the last one was the September quarter, and that basically is my quarterly works in progress video. I will again tag the playlist up here for you, and essentially all I do in these videos is just go through every single work in progress that I have on the needle or hook at that point in time. I'll let you know how I feel about it, why it's paused or anything like that, why it's a problem whip or something like that. So please feel free to have a look at some of those, especially September's, because that one is perhaps the truest as to what I have on my needles at this moment in time. The next video is actually due in December, so I might push that one back to January for that quarterly video. We shall see. But I do have a list of videos to do actually in this book that if I get chance I will do a bonus video. But as I say, I will see how November goes for me. I will just go back to the usual schedule for November for now, but obviously if there is an extra video I will let you know in the podcasts as and when I know it's happening. Also keep an eye on the community tab for any changes. I'm sorry, this has become announcement corner, I do apologise, but keep your eye on the community tab for if a video is late. I will post in there why it's late and when it's coming, or if it's coming at all. And also I will post in there if I haven't told you about a video that's coming. I'll post in there and let you know that a video is coming that I haven't told you about. So that covers everything schedule-wise, apart from the fact that I will be doing Vlogmas. So I will be back on the 1st of December doing daily vlogs once again. So very excited for that. That one is, I do the vlogs from, oh sorry, I need to stop moving the table. Vlogmas I tend to do from the 1st of December until the 24th. So the last video will be on the 24th, because we tend to travel for Christmas. We tend to spend Christmas with family, so we're not usually here. So filming a video, well, I wouldn't film a video on Christmas Day anyway, because we spend it with family. But yeah, so those are immediate plans, and I hope that helps in terms of letting you know when to expect videos from me. Right, okay, now we're going to get into the fun stuff. Also, I should have said this before I went on that whole spiel. If you check the descriptions below, I usually have timestamps. So if ever you want to skip anything, if I've waffled for too long, for example, and you just want to skip to the crafty goodness, please feel free to use those chapters below. The video is split up into chapters, and this is just to make it easier for you to navigate. All of the chapters have headers, so if you have a look at the timestamps below, you can just click on the sections that you like. Say, for example, you're just interested in the Mystery Knit Along when you see the podcast. You can just skip straight to the Mystery Knit Along progress, and you can ignore everything else if that's what you want. So that is why I put the notes in the description, the timestamps in there, because I know I waffle. It's just me, I'm afraid. So yes, it's all there in the description if you need. But we are going to get stuck into the crafty goodness, because I have kept you for long enough today. So I'm going to start with this, which I mentioned earlier in the video. This, I got it wrong earlier. I actually finished this late last year, because I wore it to Stollen and Wolle, which is the lovely open it's kind of a little yarny event that's just down the road from me. And it's hosted by River Knits, and I wanted to wear this there, and I remember that I wore it there. So I finished it last year, because that's when I went to Stollen and Wolle. So there it is. This is the pink Fizz by Andrea Mowry. I absolutely adored this project. I took quite a bit of time making this, because I blocked it at several occasions just to make sure that it was long enough, to make sure that I'd cast on enough stitches and that was making the sleeves long enough, and so on and so forth. I put a lot of care and attention into this project, and I just absolutely adore it. But as you can see, it's got this beautiful lacework panel down both sides, and that is the same on the back. So they're the same lacework panels down the back. It's absolutely gorgeous. The front ribbing is shorter. You can't really tell because of the way I'm holding it. Hang on. There we go. So you can see that the front ribbing is actually shorter than the back ribbing, only slightly, but it's just lovely. Mine is looking a bit worn, because I wear it a lot. This is like my Dartmoor sweater. I wear this sweater so much. I love it to pieces. It's just gorgeous. So there it is. Slightly oversized, slightly boxy. You have got a slight bit of armhole shaping here. You can just see that there. Very slight, but it is there, and it's just, oh, it's beautiful. I love this sweater so much. I don't know how much I can say I love this sweater so much, but yeah, it's beautiful. And this is the sweater that you see in the opening video. It's what I'm working on in that video, but oh, such a pleasure to knit. The yarn I used, oh, I've put it down here, hang on. So the yarn I used, I had to write this down because I could not find the bag with the leftover yarn and the ball bands, so I do apologise, but I'll read it out to you anyway. The yarn I used was Debbie Bliss Rialto 4-ply, and I used the colour Blush, which was number 34. That was the main yarn that I held, but I held that together with Drops Kid Silk Mohair in the colour Light Pink, and that is number 03, colour number 03. So that's the yarn that I used, and this is the fabric that I got. You can see that the colours, so the colour of the main yarn and the colour of the mohair were slightly different. There was a slight purple hue to the mohair, so it does change, well, mohair changes the colour of the fabric anyway, but you can see in certain places it looks kind of patchy, but it's not that noticeable. And when you're wearing it, I just think it's just so lovely. It wasn't the perfect colour match, that's what I'm trying to say there. You can kind of see the patches of where it's lighter and where it's darker. Perhaps the worst light to do this in, but yes, I absolutely adore this pattern. And I do highly recommend it. If you're comfortable with lace work, highly, highly recommend it. I love working, lace work I just absolutely adore. So this was right up my street. Beautiful pattern, and Andrea always writes really, really beautiful and clear patterns. So yeah, highly recommend that one if you fancy it. Right, there we go. Right, now we are on to what I've done today. I haven't done a lot, fair warning, but I have done some work on my festive stocking. So I'll quickly show you. Let me move that down there because there we go. So this is the Festive Stocking by Jessie Ostermiller, and it's Nightmare Before Christmas. So I'm going to bring it up. This one is my Halloween colourway, my Halloween inspired colourway. There we go. So I've done you saw it yesterday, I've done the Christmas coloured one, but I'm just working on the Halloween one now. And as you can see, I have finished the colour work. Oh, that way. I've finished the colour work, the first colour work block. Oh my goodness, it's been a long day. I do apologise. Finished the, oh gosh, don't drop. I haven't got any needle stoppers nearby. Never mind, there we go. And I've just started on the second colour block. I was a bit nervous when I started adding the black in, thinking, I'm not sure I've done the right colours, but I think it's going to be absolutely fine. I think, yeah, it's going to be fine. So I'm going to keep going tonight. I'm going to get that second colour block done. Might even try and start the third colour block, just so I've got a good sense of how the colours are working together to make sure that I am 100% happy. But I think it's going to be fine. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. So, oh gosh, I've done, excuse me, I've done a decent amount on that, really. I didn't think I'd actually get to the second colour section, so really happy with that. Did that on my lunch. All right, so the final thing that I have to show you, I haven't done, I've done 2 rows. That's all I've done on it. So I do apologise, there isn't much to show you, but I will show you it anyway because, well, it's what Vlogtober's generally about, really, isn't it? So, massive spoiler warning, I'm about to show my progress on the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along Go Go Dynamo. So if you don't want to see it, if you don't want any spoilers, fair warning, I am about to show it. This is the last time I will give a spoiler for it. When you see it in my podcast next week, it won't have a spoiler because I believe Stephen released the pattern today fully. So I don't think you need to carry spoilers, but I'm just going to do it anyway. So spoiler warning, if you don't want to see it, I will, oh my gosh, I will see you in my next video. That's really sad. I'll see you on Sunday. I'll see you Sunday. If you do want to see it, stay tuned. I am going to show you, but fair warning, there's not a lot happening with it. So without further ado, here we go. Spoiler warning. Right, so I've really not done a lot at all. All I've done is finished this grey row. So I've just done 2 rows on the grey. So really not a lot compared to yesterday. But here it is. Let's turn it that way. I cannot see what you're seeing. I'm not going to move my tablet again. I'm just going to hope that you're seeing something really nice. So this is it. This is what I've done. As I say, this is the optional extra bit that I'm doing. Oh, the pattern's over there. And I think I need to do 2 repeats now, I feel like that's what I remember seeing, but I could be wrong. But either way, it's just gonna be long rows, and I think there's some yarn overs in there as well. It's gonna be kind of wavy. It's gonna look lovely. I'm hoping by next week I'll have a lot more done for you. Well, I should have, because yeah, I should have, if not finished it. I still need to tie in some ends, so I can show you that. Mostly at the bottom here. So I hope you can see that as well. Some ends. And then I also have some ends on this side, I think it is. Yeah, I've got some ends at the top here. There they are. And then I'll have some ends at the side here. But I have absolutely adored this shawl. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It works really lovely as a 2-colour shawl. And it also works really well as a multicolour shawl, because I have seen some absolutely stunning variations on the colours and using mohair. It's just been such a joy, this one. I've really enjoyed it. And I really enjoyed the techniques as well. There's some really nice yarn play going on and it just has such a striking effect. It's beautiful. Sorry, I've just had a message. It's been such a fun shawl. I was really happy to have brioche back. I love brioche, so it was really, really nice to have some brioche. I realise you can barely see that. It's been really nice having brioche back. I love brioche. And as I say, these stitches up here, they are simple but effective. They are really, really nice. It took a little while to get my head around these triangle ones, and once I figured it out, it made sense. But it took me a little bit of time to figure out what was going on. But I absolutely loved it. I loved the cast on. It was so clever having the 3 semicircles and then joining them all. And I really liked the fact that we started with the middle of the shawl and then technically ended with the top of the shawl. Obviously this bottom bit I am ending on, but this is optional. It's just optional. But I've really, really loved it. I've learned a lot and had a whale of a time. And I've been loving seeing everybody else's as well. It's just been fantastic. And I've loved the fact that we haven't had so many ends to tie in. So I think that's kind of another saving grace for me, that I haven't had multiple colours, that I have just stayed with the 2, because it's made my ends a lot more manageable, which has been great. But I have loved it. Let me know what you've thought of this year's shawl. Which one is your favourite? If you've done multiple mystery knit-alongs, let me know which one has been your favourite. I really would like to do a slip stravaganza. Every time I see it, I think it just is stunning, but I didn't do it. The one I started with was shawlography, and I think that is still my favourite. I do love this shawl, don't get me wrong, but I think there's something special about shawlography, and I don't know if it's because it was my first. Could be that. I also used very luxurious yarn, so it could also be that. But yeah, I love this, and I cannot wait to get it finished and actually start wearing it. It is going to get a lot of wear this in December. It's going to get so much wear, it's going to be great. But yes, there we have it, the Stephen West Mystery Knit Along Go Go Dynamo. I cannot believe it's done. Obviously it's not finished, but you know, the Mystery Knit Along season is finished. It's quite sad. Sad for many reasons. Vlogtober's finished, the Mystery Knit Along season is finished. But we all get to look forward to everything else that's going to be happening. I am looking forward to Advent season. I love Advent season. Before then though, I have a lot of projects that I do need to finish. So yeah, and start. Really excited to do the book one, but I don't know when I'm going to start that one. Yeah. So I am going to leave that there. I am massive thank you to everyone who has joined me and watched along for Vlogtober. Again, massive welcome to everyone who has joined me during Vlogtober. You are very welcome. Please let me know below any ideas for videos that you would like to see. I will add it to my list. As I said, I have a running list, so any suggested videos that I think I can do, I have noted. Obviously, because I do work, it is quite difficult to get a lot of videos out to you, but I will do my best to tackle these videos and get them out to you as soon as I can. So any more ideas, let me know what you want to see. And yeah, just thank you. I cannot thank you enough. I am more so grateful this year because of the fact that I feel like I had these plans for Vlogtober. They were going to be crafty, I was going to go for loads of walks, I was going to do loads of fun things, but then the boiler happened and my mood dropped and it just, you know, didn't go to plan essentially. So I am so grateful that you have stuck with me, and I'm so thankful for all the really lovely comments that you have left me and all the support that you've given me. Honestly, it really does mean the absolute world to me. I say it every time that you're watching, and your comments really do mean the absolute world to me, and I mean it. I honestly do. It's just so lovely. And yeah, I can't thank you enough, basically. So I'm going to pop that down. There we go. And yeah, again, thank you so much for watching. As always, it really does mean the absolute world to me. I hope that you have an absolutely wonderful rest of the day. I hope you have a fantastic Halloween if you haven't got to the celebration part yet. And I look forward to seeing you in my next video.